Welcome children to the video lectures of Social Science Standard 10th. This is the 9th video lecture of chapter number 18. In the previous video lecture, we saw about the duties of consumer in the regarding the various duties of consumer. Right. Today we will continue that with the 10th point of the duty. So let's start. See, while purchasing weighing scales, implement of the measurement electronic instrument must be checked. Okay, such kind of things which need to be correct, so that should be checked at the time of the purchase whether they are correct or not. A consumer should make sure whether the tools of measurement have been tested and verified by an investigation officer. Okay, if the tools have not been certified every year, the consumer should bring it to the notice of the weight and measuring officer. Right, the weights which are used by the vendor should be tested and weighted and certified by the investigation or the meteorological officer every year. But if it is not done, it should be first of all brought to the notice of the trader, and if needed to the metrology officer and consumer affair to the local level. Right, next comes the 11th point. The seal of the gas cylinders should always be checked. See, these are small things but very important. The seal should be always checked whether it is intact or not. Taxi or rickshaw should be bored only after checking zero. Okay, you should always, when you go for the meter, right, you should always check that it is on the zero reading. We should pay as per the rate on the meter. Petrol price or CNG should be filled after checking zero. So you had petrol pumps or right, and then refilling pumps, we should always check zero while filling up the fuel. While purchasing kerosene, one should insist on purchasing only after the form is measured. Okay, kerosene, when the kerosene is filled up, right, there is a lot of foam gathered at the top of it, and that it gives you a feel that the container is full, but that is not the case. So we should always see that the proper amount of kerosene is available to you. Can you settle down completely? Weight should be done on the scale, not only which is hung on its stand. Okay, we should always go for scale which is hung on the stand and not into any other place. When scale is hand in hand, there are chances of cheating. See, most of the time we are shown a wrong way, and that's why we should be very aware about it. The 12th point. A consumer should either himself go to consumer forum or should complain through consumer society against the negligence in the improvement of, say, okay, railways, banks, insurance, telephone or hospital services, or for compensation of physical, mental and economical harm due to the lack of services. Due to all these things, right, you should always go for a Consumer Protection Act. Consumers should give detail of news of judgment and compensation received on local TV channels and get published in newspapers. So you should also give such kind of information in news. Why it should be given? So that the other people can also take inspiration from him, and they can also get motivated to do the same act, so that the other consumer may also know about the injustice done to him. By informing about the judgment, they may be preventing from being victimized. Okay, it also helps them to get a proper safety. Thus, it also is the responsibility to bring consumer awareness and work for the consumer education and participate. A consumer should participate enthusiastically in different consumer awareness programs, movement arranged by consumer society, discussions and seminars. Thus, try to give a thrust to the movement of consumer protection of the society. In this way, the consumer can give a very important support to the consumer protection movement. Right? Next, we are going to study about is the measure of consumer protection. How or what are the levels at which the consumer can be protected? Following 4 type of measures have been undertaken for consumer protection. Okay, first, a 3-tier or tribunal court. Under the National Consumer Protection Act 1986, Central Consumer Protection Council, that is National Consumer Commission, have been set up. Similarly, the consumer forum have been set up at the state level. See, at central level, this is Central Consumer Protection. At the state level, the State Consumer Forum is been set up at state level. Under this commission, laws of consumer protection are framed. National Consumer Dispute Commission have created the structure of three tier. Three tier means three layer. Tier here means layer. Court and frame norms of attention of consumer forum. So there are three layers in which the consumer can get the proper judgment. Okay. First at district level. Say generally there is one court in every district which is important court. It studies the complaint of consumer and gives compensation of consumer against losses. Approximately 571 consumer district forums are working in our country right now. In this court, presently claims of compensation up to 20 lakhs. If you have a problem or filed a complaint regarding the Consumer Protection Act, okay, up to 20 lakh, then you can go to a district forum and file up after paying the decided fee. If the petitioner is not satisfied with the decision of the district forum, he may file a complaint in the state commission. If he is not satisfied, he can go to state commission within 30 days. But before, he has to pay either 50% amount of the compensation claims or 25,000, whichever is less. Okay, but before that he has to pay what? Then 50% the amount of compensation or 25, whichever is less, right? Then he can go to the state level. Second, now how to go to state level? Then state level commission. Approximately 35 state forums are working presently. If this court presently claims of the compensation from 20 lakh to 1 crore, see, if it is up to 20 lakh, you need to go to a district court. If from 20 lakh to 1 crore, then you can go to state commission after filing the paying decided fee. If the petitioner is a person who seeks the judgment, petitioner is not satisfied with the decision by the state commission, he may file a complaint in the national commission within 30 days. Again the same rules, by paying 50% of the compensation or 35,000, whichever is less. Okay, same rule. In state, in district it was 25, here it is 35. Okay, all things are same. Now in the national commission, that is national forum, compensation claims above 1 crore should be made here by paying the decided fee. So if the compensation is above 1 crore, you should go to the national commission forum. This commission is a bench of 5 members. Bench means it is a judgment jury. It is jury of 5 members. The state commission, national commission should give decision as early as possible or within 90 days of the filing of the case. Okay, that is a decided time frame during which it should give. Okay, if the petitioner is not satisfied with the decision of the national commission, he may file a case in the Supreme Court within 30 days. If he is even not happy with the decision given by the national commission, he can file a case into Supreme Court in 30 days. But before appearing, it is compulsory to deposit 50% of the compensation amount or 50,000, whichever is less. Okay, so he should give this and then only go for the case. Okay, if the person does not compel the orders given by the court, compel means follow the orders given by the court, he could be given punishment or penalty or both of them. People below poverty line, senior citizens and handicaps are exempted from paying the fees. Okay, who are not given, okay, they are given the right not to pay the fees. Below poverty line, senior citizen and handicapped people don't have to pay the fees under certain conditions. They are also provided free service under the district free legal service guidelines and legal aids. Okay, next comes consumer societies. Okay, there needs to be societies which help the consumer to get proper awareness or proper guidance, right? As per this act, government recognized consumer societies have to be established at taluka, district and state and national level. Say it should be established at taluka, state, district and national level. The consumer society or councils are non-political, non-commercial, voluntary organizations set up by the consumers. The main objective of this consumer society is to bring awareness about the consumer rights and encourage them to help government and frame policies to protect from time to time. Okay? They help them to protect such kind of policies which are good for the consumers. It keeps on reviewing provisions for consumer rights and acts. It also gives suggestions to the government regarding need to change legislature provision. If there is a need, they give the suggestions related to it. This consumer society provides consumer education through consumer awareness programs, which programs guidance on main subjects like what are the main things that they give guidance, right of the consumers, their duties, exploitations in different forms and ways, and how to save from the exploitation. The consumer society or organization publish monthly, bi-monthly magazines or periodicals like Grahak Suraksha, remember these names, Grahak Suraksha, Insight, The Consumer, Grahak Munch. These are some of the publications, some of the magazines that are published by the consumer societies every month or bi-monthly, right? Bi-monthly means 2 month. Bi-monthly means every 2 month. And try to bring awareness. They are helpful in eliminating the complaints of the consumer. In this way, all the complaints which are there for the consumers are removed. Okay. Next comes public distribution system or PDS. We already studied about it, so we'll go a little faster. Under public distribution system, essential commodities of good quality are provided at fixed quantity at subsidized rate. The poor at regular interval from fair price shops. Thus, the poor consumer is saved from the exploitation in the open market, from where they have to purchase goods at high rate or low quality and less weight. Public distribution system controls corrupt practice of the traders also. Next comes the system certified weighing. Okay, now there are symbols you might have seen, okay, on the different products. So how does the government certify it? See, for health and safety of the consumer, government have set up many legal institutions which perform the task of checking the quality, quantity and purity of the product and goods and service, certify them. Government of India have established ISI. ISI stands for Indian Standard Institution in 1947 to regulate the quality. Now, since 1986, it is known as BIS. So, ISI is now known as BIS. What is it known? BIS. BIS stands for Bureau of Indian Standards. The goods that meet the described standards and quality are allowed to use the ISI mark or now the BSI mark. Right. So, this is the ISI mark and this is the BSI mark. The agriculture products like forest products, horticulture and animal products are given egg mark. This is given egg mark. It is implemented under Agriculture Production Act 1937. This scheme is run by the Directorate of Marketing and Intelligence, DMI, in Ministry of Agriculture, Government of India, which grants permission for the traders to use egg mark. Those who are having the standard related to the government, okay, as per the requirement of government, they are allowed to use this egg mark logo. If the consumer has any doubt regarding the quality of mark, he can contact the regional office of BIS. Now, when you go for gold or something like that, even gold ornaments are given BIS mark along with purity. Okay, in gold, purity is very important. So 916, which means pure quality and purity of the gold is as per the government parameters, right? So 916 is the good gold, you can say. This are BIS mark. Gold numbers 916 depicts 22 karat gold. Okay, and there is also a hallmark logo. You can see in this gold, right? This is the BIS mark, the 916 mark, and the hallmark, and the name of the jewelers also is provided, right? See, it also shows a hallmark. J means jeweler is manufactured in 2008. So that also tells you about the year when this jewelry was produced. Okay. Mark of FPO, that is food product order. Certain goods are there which are perishable, means which can become bad easily or spoil easily. So for that, FPO is there. Is used for jam, fruit juice, fruits, vegetables packed in tin. So for that, or tin products which is used, then FPO is used. Then wool mark, say here it is given, wool mark is used for woolen product. MPO is used for meat processing or meat products. HACCP is used for that are hazard analysis, means such kind of things which are hazardous, which are dangerous, right? So it is given. Let us read. BIS allows textile, chemical, insecticides, products of rubber, cement, electronic gadgets to use the ISI mark or the BIS mark. Woolen mark or wool mark is given to woolen products and dresses. Okay. MPO, this particular, is given to the meat, mutton and produce made out of them. HACCP is given to process food, okay, which can be hazardous if not processed properly. Next comes eco. Eco is not the car we are talking about, but the other. Let us see. It is given to soap, detergent, paper, lubricating oil, packing oil, material oil, right? Then color chemicals, power coating, battery, cosmetics, goods used in place of wood, leather and plastic instrument by ISI, presently called BSO. Eco is the egg mark or the product or the symbol given as a mark of quality. So we'll keep till here into this particular video lecture.